Andy Green went to Brad Hand early and stayed with him until it was too late. There's not a ton of options that are going to be better than Brad, Green said late Monday night after the Giants scored 3 ninth-inning runs off Hand in a 6-5 victory. We've gone through Kirby, Yates, we've gone through Craig, Stammen, we've gone through Adam, Cimber. Brad is our best choice right there in my estimation. Even just with the fastball, you trust that he could locate it. It just wasn't tonight. To me, it was one of those situations where you're living with him or you're dying with him, indeed. If there was a mistake by the Padres manager, perhaps it was in not getting his work-loving closer some work in the previous 5 days. That would have been work for the sake of work, since the 3 games against the Mets over the weekend were not close late. Using Hand in Sunday's 14-2 loss certainly would have been an unorthodox move. But Green and Hand have both acknowledged in the past that Hand's slider is better the more he pitches. And after the Giants won Monday on Nick Hundley's 2-out 2-run walk-off single, with Hand blowing the save and taking the loss in his first game in 5 days and second game in 10 days, this is what Hand said: "I felt good. I just had a tough time getting a feel for the slider. I wasn't able to throw it for strikes when I needed to. I fell behind in quite a few at-bats. Just one of those days. I didn't have it clicking. It was there at times. I don't know what it was, it just didn't feel normal. I just had a tough time getting comfortable with it, and I wasn't able to throw it for strikes." Hand was called on with 1 out in the 8th inning and a runner on second. Stammen had allowed Pablo Sandoval a 1-out double, and left-hander Brandon Belt came in to pinch hit. "I thought it was clearly the best matchup," Green said. "Crawford has swung the bat well against Craig Stammen. Brad has had a ton of success against Brandon Crawford. Crawford is 4 for 8 against Stammen. And when Hand got Crawford on a line drive to right fielder Matt Caesar, it dropped Crawford to 1 for 10 off the lefty. Hand would end the 8th by getting Allen Hansen to ground out. Hand's first pitch of the 9th was a slider that hit pinch hitter Austin Slater on the foot. Hand then struck out leadoff hitter Gorkys Hernandez and Andrew McCutchen and was 2-2 against Buster Posey before the Giants' all-star catcher fouled off 4 straight pitches and drew 2 balls at the end of a 10-pitch walk. That Buster Posey at-bat showed why he's Buster Posey, Padres catcher A.J. Ellis said, with left fielder Franchi Cordero playing back at Green's behest to guard against a double. Evan Longoria fired a single into shallow left field to score Slater. Brandon Belt followed with a walk, which brought up Hundley. Hand offered no excuse for what came after that difficult exchange with Posey. "I don't care if it takes 2 pitches, 20 pitches, my job is to shut it down, get the win," he said. "I didn't do it today. That's the good thing about baseball. Do it again tomorrow." Hand, especially, would like that. He is, by some measures, better pitching on a second successive day. Since the start of last season, Hand has a slightly lower ERA and a much higher strikeout-to-walk ratio when pitching on the second day, 1.65 and 13-1 successive day, than on the first, 1.84 and 2.75-1 pitching. 6 times from April 6 to 20, he allowed 2 hits and 2 walks while striking out 12 over 7 1/3 scoreless innings. "He's always thrived when he's been out there a lot," Green said. Quote, "There was a never circumstance where it called for Brad against the Mets, so we let him sit for those 3 days. Thought it was a good opportunity to come in for the 5 outs today and close the game out. That was the best way to go. It didn't work out." Kevin.ac at SudUnionTribune.com